Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Wrap.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Come on now, let's go. Run.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Shorty. 82, 81.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They run with Ajayi. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now it's Ajayi, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Shorty. There we go, backhand. 120. Run. That's it.
To throw is Wentz. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. This is Ajayi. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Now it's Sproles. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they didn't come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see. Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before? They didn't think that's just going to naturally continue. Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Lucy.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Fighting to stay upright, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Brandon Graham able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Bortles going to throw. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's Bortles. Flushed out right. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's right. 372. And 54 working.
Into the red zone, it's Bortles. And this is caught finally. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Well,
that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
82, for Tokyo. 81.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. He's got room to run past the 20. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
This by 7. 82. For Tokyo. 81. Liz.
Wentz now on 1st down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. DJ Hayden, the corner, in on the tackle.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Wentz. Jeffrey wheels it in over the middle. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Here's Ajayi. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. And they'll run it here. And some room to roam now. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Hey, Red 5-2, on here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Doug Pedersen's guys come up empty here on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
Spread right, 72. Hank.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Clock running as Bortles hurries to try to get his guys set.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, Not a great start.
Bortles to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Bortles. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Bortles. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Shotgun now for Bortles. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Trey 15.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a third down.
Hang in there now. Go.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Lion. Hey,
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Flag. Bring it to you. Hey, other side, solid.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
81.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He may try and run for this. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Run. List 5-2. 82. Man 5-7. List.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Eagles on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8.
Trey 15. 82. Trey 15.
Now Wentz. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one out. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Play action. Now Wentz. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
81. Come on. Go. 82.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got some space here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Mike Bennett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
11.
Now Bortles got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. But where have we seen this before? This might be shades of Super Bowl 52, Charles. Eagles up by a score in the 4th quarter, needing to run some clock.
Yeah, and they don't need to take that much off here. And think about it this way. Different quarterback under center with the one you're thinking about.
Yeah, Nick Foles under center, Super Bowl 52 here, Carson Wentz. But in Super Bowl 52, they took over 7 minutes off the clock.
They certainly did, and they really ground it down and stuck it in the end zone.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
82. That's it. Shorty.
And once again, they go with Sproles. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And the kick by Elliott is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Same story continues. He's the only one that's scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here we go.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now Bortles. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Bortles to the former Jets, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags first down. Here's Bortles to throw. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. Finding some room at midfield. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Bortles now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Bortles to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Back to throw, Bortles. He finds Yeldon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Bortles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinator.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up